Hey guys, welcome to a new episode of OpenClap podcast. Today we have with us Jyotsna, Hirdyani and Sarthak Jain from our business teams. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you.
Great. So Diwali is just around the corner. What is this entire cleaning season people keep talking about?
So, Diwali is a festival of lights, and people get the houses clean on Diwali, right? People like to keep everything clean for their guests to come and everything. So, we see a sudden rise in demand during this season, and this is our peak season, right? This is where we earn the most in terms of revenue, get the most number of jobs, and have to work the most throughout the year.
I'm sure your day goes really long during this season.
Tell me about it.
Of course. Thank you, Sarthak. So Jyotsna, do you have any specific targets in your mind for the cleaning season?
For sure. So, just to give some context, when we say cleaning season, Diwali is coming, the quantum that we are talking about is literally 3-4x within these only months. So, what I mean by that is, I remember we used to sit there in February and March and we were doing somewhere around 25,000 jobs.
Right.
And in October, if you go around in the office, you will see danglers everywhere. And the number is 100k. That is the auspicious number that we are aiming for. That is 4x growth within these months. So the business has been thought, it has been built, it has been iterated and iterated again and scaled all in the same time. This is the quantum that we are speaking about here when we keep on saying this cleaning
No
season.
business has grown this much, like in UrbanClap.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm sure nothing is smooth sailing, you must be in loads and loads of obstacles on your way. Can you speak something about that?
Well, of course. In the last 2 months, we've added 1,000 pros in our category. We total have 2,000 pros in a category. So, in the last 2 months only, we have added 2x of our supply.
All right.
So, to add that kind of supply and make sure that everything runs smooth, we had to add more number of professionals in the given stipulated time that we had, and that means more work in less time, right? So we running around and getting those approvals done, getting those loans approved for our partners. It has been a mammoth task for us, but again, it's been a roller coaster ride, and it's fun.
I'm sure. So you spoke about loads and loads of partners that we have in UrbanClap, and of course, OpenClap is a platform. We have so many professionals in different sectors. How do you ensure training is wholesome and holistic for these people?
So, see, we're not an operations company, right? We have evolved over time, and we in the last couple of months we have specifically focused on training.
Right.
Because to give a 5-star UrbanClap experience, you need to make sure that your professionals are trained right. They get to see the actual nuances of an actual job that they're gonna face when they go live on the platform. So to make everything real for a professional, we have set up world-class training facilities in all our cities. We have hired trainers across cities. We have set up the entire infrastructure for getting anything clean inside the house, and we have a dirt kit, which is a very interesting concept that we're using. So how do my pros get trained inside the city office on what are they going to face when they go to the customers? So we find we get really dirty toilets. We get really dirty sofas to clean, right? And to make that experience real for a professional, we have a dirt kit. So we have it's actually very funny. So we have pan masala mixed with water,
Okay.
and that's what we splatter on the walls of the washroom, and that's what the training session for a cleaning pro looks like. He has to clean the toughest stains that are out there, and that's what we're working on. We used to train a professional for a day.
Right.
Now we are training our professionals for 5 days. So we are evolving as we move on, and I think we're not even 20% there. There's a long way to go.
So you guys must be already knowing that, of course, everyone knows this. OpenClap is quite well known for our salon services and spa services. So the entire beauty at home concept is OpenClap basically. How do you ensure you put cleaning out there? How does one know OpenClap as a company which caters to the clean center as well?
So what we'll do is, next year when we do the session again, and we will have the same question where we will be asking that now OpenClap is known about cleaning and salon. How do the other categories match up to the same level? So we are already halfway there. All the things that we've done, as I said, we were 20K like before. We've already grown 4x. We'll be growing another 4-5x by the next year, and we will definitely be there. Yeah. So next year, trust me, when people will be sitting there, they'll be like, yeah, I'm not feeling well, I don't like it, let me get a massage or let me get a salon at home. And next year when they sit there and they see like my couch is dirty, man, my bathroom is dirty, all that's going to click to their mind is basically let me call me an OpenClap. And I bet you this. And we can come here, record the postcard again in the next cleaning season, and you will not be asking this question again.
Oh, let's hope so. Another thing, so you spoke about so many cities having dirt kits and people having trainings in different cities. So I'm sure every city has a different demand that you have, right?
Yes.
How do you ensure our supply meets the demand in each city?
So, see, it's decently a nice supply-demand match that has to happen. The fundamental basics of OpenClap, which is a marketplace model, pretty much like all the startups that are there in India. The key is to make sure that your supply and demand matches.
Right.
What I mean by that is, if Delhi is your biggest city, it's going to have a lot many professionals than a smaller city like a Calcutta or say a city like Ahmedabad, etc. The key is to make sure they do the same amount of work. What that means is if one person does say 50 jobs in 1 month,
Right.
that will remain the same in Mumbai, in Bangalore, in Hyderabad. But we try to plan so efficiently so that we can ensure that every person gets the relevant earning which is needed. So the earning, the quantum of work is the same per pro, but we try to match it as much as possible between the supply and demand. So the right number of people in the right places in the right time are available in Mumbai, in Delhi, in Bangalore, and that matching does not suffer.
Okay. So guys, what keeps you motivated? What keeps you running?
Well, I think it's the festive season, but you work throughout the year towards the goals that you have. For us, we have our annual operating plan, which entirely pivots around the Diwali season, because the number of deliveries are higher. The average order volume also increases, and there's so much demand that you want to cater to, and so you have to run with the pace. You have to make sure that you have enough supply.
Right.
As the demand rises, and you can't see the numbers going down, right? So next day you see the request also is so high, and you're like, how can we just sit on this, right? So you work harder, you put more time, put more pressure into things to make this work, to add more supply, to make sure that you have the right numbers everywhere.
See, just the thrill of it overall. Like generally, we look at numbers. We're like, yeah, the business is growing. At this time, the adherence that we have to numbers. Like every morning we get up, every night we sleep. We just have those numbers. Sometimes most of the people will just get up and they'll be like, oh, the numbers are not meeting. Just constant focus on it every single day, every time. You can't miss this, you can't miss that. There are 10 things happening at the same time. If you miss one thing, that literally impacts your target or your goal by 5%, 10%, and it's just so much. So that entire thrill of thing to make this entire thing work, everybody working together, you can't have any chances. Because it's not like doing it nice. You have to do every possible thing. You can't leave anything untouched. So that entire thrill, the speed of it is just that it's so nice. You get up every day and you feel even more energized as you keep on reaching the rate.
You see? Lakshya.
So I'm sure it's a very, very busy time. Yeah. How different is a general day in your lives in the Diwali season compared to any other regular season?
So we are on our toes.
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time. So you would just expect that normally you have a life, you go back, okay, there's a work and there's a life. And when there's a season, there's just a work life. There's no difference
Good
in that.
one.
Like honestly, initially we used to be like, okay, we go back home, we are sort of relaxed. Now we are on our phones. Every person here is literally like a mini call center running on
Right.
its own. There's so many things which are burning all the time. Ye fat gaya, wo fat gaya, so many things. Honestly,
But
like
it's all worth it, I would say. All the hard work, you see, after a month, just look at the numbers. They're like, that inspires you a lot, I would say. I've seen this category grow from scratch. When I joined this category, we like literally 20,000 jobs. And we were one of the most smallest categories in HRM and UrbanClap also. And right now, as of now, we're the single largest category in HRM, right?
and second largest in UrbanClap.
Second largest in
So
UrbanClap.
After
And
beauty.
don't forget that.
And see the kind of growth in the numbers month on month. Number of deliveries.
Right.
It's inspiring. It's motivating.
See,
And
honestly, it's literally the speed that keeps you going. If you're just running fast now, you don't want to stop because the moment you stop, it's just so difficult to rise back, and we don't want to be in that moment. We just want to keep running and having a better target for us every month and the next and the next.
I'm sure you guys love your jobs, don't you? You're one of the 2 people in the world who actually love their jobs.
Oh, I love my job. I would not deny that. I love my job.
And so there's this thing called a Saturday, and there's another thing called a Sunday, which was a thing in our life before. And at least in the past few weeks, I can say for every single member of the cleaning team, they're just on their toes. It doesn't matter, it's 9, it's 11, it's morning, anytime. Everybody's on their toes. It's been weeks and people have been working. And I'm just glad because if I look at the numbers now, we all are just so proud. We will be meeting our targets.
Of course, we are meeting
Of
our targets.
course.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it's
So,
all worth it at the
It's
end, is it?
totally worth it.
Let's see if we're going to get any Diwali.
Oh, you better not with that.
Yeah.
So once the Diwali season concludes, what is the next probably 1 or 2 things you guys want to pick up and then solve for something or the other? What is the next big project you're looking forward to?
So basically, we're trying to standardize the service across cities. Bathroom cleaning in Delhi should also look like bathroom cleaning in Chennai, right?
Yeah.
To make sure that all our customers get the same experience across cities, we have to make sure that the professionals use the same set of chemicals, same set of tools, same set of machinery at any job that they deliver. So to make sure that every professional uses the same set of tools, we are starting auto replenishment in cleaning, which means that every professional will have their own inventory of chemicals, of tools, and as and when they consume, our systems will automatically trigger that Sarthak is out of, let's say, some chemical, and he needs that chemical on an urgent basis. Our system will trigger an automatic order, which will get delivered to the professional, and his own inventory will get replenished, and this will be a recurring process. So that's one major project that we'll work on in the next coming months, and a few other projects to drive utilization, to drive quality, and to make cleaning category the best category at OpenClap.
See, work never ends. Like just when we will be going outside, this week we'll be doing our planning for November and December. And there's so many things when we used to brainstorm, we'll be like, we'll do this in cleaning season, we'll do that. And there are so many things still on the plate which we know we have to do. And a lot of things are ones which are really should be done as fast as possible. Just in the interest of time, we didn't do it. So just to give some example, there are different services in OpenClap, right? So if you book a plumber, for example, a plumber comes and does it.
Yeah.
If you book an electrician comes and does it. So the supply is unified. And if I have to say in typical business marketplace terms, there is one marketplace. There's one service, one provider, and one customer. The challenge with cleaning is like an umbrella. There is bathroom, there is sofa. So this umbrella of category is made up of multiple categories. So it's not a simplified marketplace. The service providers are many, and the service is also very diverse. So this thing called standardizing in terms of unification, that is also something that we'll be doing just right after Diwali. What that means is there should be one provider who will be able to provide you everything.
Okay.
Otherwise, what happens is you end up having a very complicated marketplace. Imagine just for yourself, if you have one person, that person does bathroom, somebody else does sofa. It means you have n number of marketplaces operating within one single category, which makes it very complex. And we have been dealing with that in this cleaning season. We are 70% there. but there's another mile to stretch till we actually simplify this and bring it to the level at which salon operates or the other categories operates.
Right.
So there are many such projects which are running currently, and we will get them to closure and start new beds.
And one baby category which is very close to my heart, and we want to scale it across cities, is supermarket cleaning.
Wow.
So basically, we are trying
the
to
express cleaning
Express
service.
yeah,
cleaning.
Okay.
yeah. So basically, what we're trying to do is, trying to tap the demand of, for example, your maid did not show up,
Right.
or for that matter, you had a party last night and you want to put cleaning done. Your parents are coming. You want to get everything
Oh,
clean
yes.
quickly.
We can relate.
And
Why-
this category,
Always have it there. So
this category is literally the favorite of every bachelor living.
Yeah.
so I'm really looking forward to it.
Right,
Someone can quickly come in and clean everything and give a very good experience to the customer with all the machinery. So it's like this is like regular maid and this is like super maid cleaning, right? So our super maid will come with a vacuum cleaner, will come with machinery tools that are not used by regular
Right.
maids. And that is something really interesting,
very
and we're
interesting.
really looking forward to that
Of
category
course.
scale up across cities.
So, guys, I think thank you so much for being a part of this podcast. It's been wonderful catching up with you guys and discussing about the entire scheme of things, what's happening, what's not happening, what we're looking at later. And thank you so much. For you guys, keep watching. We'll be back with a new episode. See you soon. Bye.